5.6 is here, and on tan only, we're going for Ifa. And Ifa, we get him. We're gonna finish the Liyue Archon quests, and then, I don't know. Probably after that, I'm gonna grind on Inazumans only to get as many Primo Gems as possible. Okay, future me. I am from many days later from the initial recording. So I started off with a primordial jade winged spear off of standard banner. Because I bought the fate from the shop immediately. And then I proceeded to actually do a 10 ball on the Escoffier banner and hoping I would get Ifa. Because we need Ifa. And, my plans for this video went completely out the window because in the first temple, not only did we get an Araran, we also got ourselves a Layla. She'll turn up in a second, I swear. No, actually, we got ourselves an off-banner official, and then right after, a Layla, and I just sat there for a second like, what the heck? That official could have been an Ifa, and it would have been perfect, and I wouldn't have cared that we got Araran and Layla, but no. It had to be official. I did pull again, trying to see if I would hopefully get lucky enough, but no. Nope. I was pretty upset because, like, out of the 4 electro bows in the game, only one is usable, and they're neither of the ones that the game gave us. So I had to remove them from my party, and every time I go to change my party, I wind up hitting the quest menu, because on my main account I have it set so that the quest menu is replaced by the party setup button. Mostly because I'm out of quests to do, so I got rid of it. So the goal changed from trying to do the Archon quest to trying to grind as hard as I could to get Ifa. But because we got the Jade Spear, I did grind up a little bit of materials to try and level it up at least to 40, because that was as far as I could get it at the time that I had got it. And even though it's not the best on Candace, but I do know it would be very nice on a future Sino if we get him, or even because I mentioned in my last episode that any Oops character we get, we will allow to use in Imaginarium Theater. So like that official will be leveled for Imaginarium Theater just for the sake of being able to do it. That's just a little thing, but yeah, I kept on that grind trying to level up that Jade Sphere just because it was better damage than the freaking white tassel. I decided to do something potentially stupid and go to Dragonspine to explore because it's a good source of early game EXP, and I figured I could at least knock a few chests out of the way. At the very least, unlock the Frostbearing Tree. Throughout my time, I would do a bunch of singles on the Escoffier's banner. I don't know what pity. Genuinely. I haven't been keeping track, but we somehow got a C1 Xiangling off standard, which, hey, free Star Glitter. I wasn't mad about it, because we could buy another. And then I could wish Hub Event banner again, trying to get Eva. Yeah. If you read the little subtext in the thumbnail, then you know what this video is truly about. It is about all the things I did to try to get Eva. And so, oh yeah, I did do Luke's story quests, and this is a moment where I'm grateful that Candace does a little bit of shatter damage. I also went to Chen Yu Vale because it's more primos than Leo itself, and we meet my favorite designed NPC ever, Miss Fujin. And I did that world quest. Sorry about my dog, he's being a brat. Yeah, and then because I was lazy and I think I actually needed to go use the restroom or something at the time, I just decided that instead of walking and like trying to grab the teleport waypoints on the way, I would just take a boat. I did speed up the footage because it is a long boat ride. Like, the guy goes through like 3 songs, so it's like, okay, we're gonna speed it up. But I thought it would be fun to leave it in, especially since I decided to cut out a lot of the 3-star summons, because if they weren't important, I didn't deem it necessary to include the footage. I hope that's acceptable. Otherwise, if I had left in all the footage I had originally copied over, this video would be almost an hour long, and hour-long videos do not do well on my channel. I only have one of them, and it is atrocious. Anyway, we fought, this little critter, which, like, at least we have access to freeze and shatter. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been fun. Like, if this was solo Candace, I would have just deleted the account, like, nope. We did unlock the Spirit Carp offering. Unfortunately, it doesn't give a limited fate until later, so I changed my tactic after grabbing all the waypoints in Shenyu and decided to start exploring Fontaine. I decided on it because it has a good amount of primos, but it isn't... I mean, it isn't as good as Natlan, but it also isn't as... because Natlan exploration is reliant on Saurians. Fontaine exploration is something I could have gotten away with just Hydro MC and Lynette, which I decided I am going to allow that later. Well, something will happen that means Lynette is no longer our default Usia thing. Yeah, but part of the reason I went to Fontaine was because the major version event is in Fontaine. So I was like, well, I better go there and get some waypoints so that way when the event starts, I don't have to worry about it. I did include some footage from the event, but only one of the bits I thought was interesting because the event is mostly a management sim. And while I did find the story quite funny, at least particularly with some of Aoife's dialogue, and I'm sure it is blowing up all over TikTok and stuff right now, I didn't show the management sim, but a lot of my primo gems that I earned through trying to get Aoife were from this event. I then took a break on one of the days that I was waiting for the event to earn more time, and I decided to hop into co-op with my main account and fight the bosses I would need to ascend my characters to level 60. If you think I'm abusing co-op or breaking my own rules by allowing my main account to use my Wika, then let me know in the comments and maybe I'll build my idea. Because, yeah, out of all the Tan characters I have on my main account, well, I mean, I could just bring Mualani, but with Mualani I'd want to have Dia anyway to fit the Tan only rules, so it's like, well, what do we do? My dog is slapping my neck. It's really funny, but yeah. It's also nice, just watching from, like, my TV as Moika just destroys everything. And also seeing Kaya just burst back, like, instantly the second I walk over there was pretty funny. But I did manage to get enough drops eventually to... because I would prefer to pre-farm for Ascensions when it comes to, you know, being ahead of the world level. Like, I could have farmed, but I knew I was gonna hit rank 30 around Sunday. And I knew I was gonna want to farm talents on Sunday. Like, because I only have 2 characters to invest in right now, I figured I would. Okay, well, I went on another trip around Fontaine grabbing waypoints and chests and stuff because, to be honest, I just wanted one freaking Ifa so I would finally have a healer on my team. Because, sure, Kaya can self-heal and Candace can sort of block other people's attacks, but that's it. Like, sure, I know Ifa's heals aren't that good, but, like, they're better than nothing. So, yeah. I mean, man, it was just rough trying to grind so much, and, like, all I wanted was just one copy of one 4-star. Like, I didn't even care about constellations. Like, obviously, different 4 stars, I would definitely appreciate constellations for. Like, I would like, you know, getting, I mean, eventually, after, like, when I hit a point where I can, like, where there aren't any, like, once I have a full party and I don't have to worry about, like, a specific 4-star or 5-star and I'm just scrambling for pulls, I will save up my star letter to be able to buy Kaya constellations off of the shop, or even wait till Mondstadt Chronicled Wish to try and get one, but I'm scared of that. We unlocked the fountain, which was nice. And, I did some pulls on standard with the rewards I was able to get from something, I don't remember. Okay, well, I first pulled on Event Banner. I'm sorry, I'm sidetracked, it's late at night. But yeah, an Auroran, cause, fun fact, by the end of this video, Auroran is C3, and, I felt the lag and I hoped I had gotten a double 4-star, but no. And if you remember, in the last video, we lost our 50-50, so this was a guaranteed Escoffier. I was so frustrated. She's gonna be our new Usia for, Fontaine puzzles, but that's only if they can't be done with the orb. She will be used in Imaginarium Theater, obviously, and once I've cleared the Abyss with only 10 characters, I'll allow use of, like, if I can clear a floor without using white people, I'll add the white people to get the stars, so I can get the Primo gems. Like, that's just my personal rule, because otherwise I'm not gonna have an enjoyable time trying to, like, main Sino. But yeah, I got a Fab Lance all standard, which was huge, because that is gonna be Candace's best weapon. I also started a lot of Fontaine's World Quests, because they give a special sword that would basically mean I wouldn't have to use Hydro Traveler as much for puzzles. So I was really on board with that. I did find a way to cheese a puzzle in Mondstadt when I was doing ley lines. Yeah, another world quest, this time involving a Melusine painter. Now, I like Mamere, so don't bug me about liking the Melusines. They're cute and I love them. I also love that area of Fontaine. It's so pretty. Yeah. We hit adventure rank 30. I wasn't able to ascend my characters right away because I lacked some materials. I even checked the Traveler because they'll have to be ascended because they give you the stuff for free. You might as well ascend them to 70 for the free wish. Like, I'm gonna do that with everyone eventually. Get them to 70 for not only free wishes, but also Imaginarium Theater. It just seems smart to do that, and honestly, even if you're on a, like, if you're not gonna use characters in Imaginarium Theater, at least ascend past 50 for the free wishes. It's worth it. Trust me, it is. Especially because now with story quests giving you the materials to ascend a character to level 60, it's like, that's just basically 2 free standard wishes. See, I also got a Dragon Spade. So many polearms. And then I pulled out standard. And this is where C3 Auroran. God, I was so bad. Like, it could have been Eonsod and I would have been happy because it meant I could have done stuff and... Ugh. Man. I went and had an ADHD moment and finally went to the crafting bench to ascend my characters. So that way, Kaya and Candace are both level 60. They're the higher priority because they're characters who are actually involved in the challenge and not just they have to sit there and look pretty and sometimes help with a puzzle or use their cooking pot. And on Sunday, I decided to use my resin co-oping with my main account and splitting it halfway between Candace's talent materials and Kaya's. And I also played the little game of, let's try to keep Candace alive without touching my controller. Speaking of my controller, I actually can't play on PlayStation for a bit, at least not until payday hits, because, yeah, my controller has basically decided to turn itself off every 30 seconds, so I can only play on mobile, which means I can't play on TAN only. I hope I can get a replacement soon, like, before Escovia's banner ends, so that I can hopefully get Ifa. And, man, so I'm afraid TAN only is going on a little bit of break as well as anything that might be recorded from PlayStation. And, oh yeah, I recorded my outro footage with just Kaya and Mualani because I love them both. Like, I don't, like, shipping is obviously a difficult subject in the Genshin fandom because there are so many that are so very complicated and there's a lot of problems and, I mean, don't be a hamster, please, God, don't. But yeah, I'm afraid that's going to be it for a while, probably not for another week or two. I hope I can be back soon. Goodbye.